All right, so I hope my mic must be audible by now. Perfect. Feels good. Okay, so today we are going to get started with a new session. And before that, I would like to tell you all that just open up your Kali Linux machine because today we are going to clear up a lot of fundamentals related to Kali Linux. So just give me a second till the time I also share my screen and open up the Kali Linux machine. And till the time, if you have any doubts, feel free to ask. Let's first solve the problems. And also, there is one more thing that we have got for you. That is a developers community that we have just now released. I'm just going to share you the link of that. That's web.codercommunity.io. Since I know that the situation was like a lot of people were dropping me pings on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, email, everything was flooded at a time, which is why iNeuron came up with this new wonderful product that is named as web.codercommunity.io. So this is a wonderful community out there, and you can just check out. And till the time, just go ahead and I'm just gonna share the screen and make you walk through it. So about to share my screen. Okay. So this will definitely sort your problem in order to ask the questions and doubts and everything like that, because all of our teaching assistants will be active here. So what you're gonna have to do, you just have to open up the web.codercommunity.io, and here you will have to find out for here you will find something that says cyber security. It was there into the mobile edition, but I guess it is not yet active here. Let's just explore the groups. It was there active in my mobile phone. Seems like our cyber security group is not visible here, but let me see if it is there into my mobile phone. Okay, it seems like it is not yet visible here, but just after an hour or so, you can just check this out. And here, like you have the community for JavaScript, Python, and everything is right here. Exactly like that, you're going to have a new community that will be named as cybersecurity. You can join that community, and there we are going to have the whole team of iNeuron that will be active to give you the Skype assistance as well. And also we are going to solve your queries, because it gets hard to gather the chunks to sort out the problems and everything like that. So the process and the doubt raising process could be sorted up. This is why we have opened up this group. So I would like to recommend you to go ahead and open it up and just sign up, and then you'll be able to see a lot of things right here. So I'm going to sign up here quickly, and then we are going to get started with today's session. So after logging in, let me see if I'm able to see our group or not. Okay, here is our group. So finally, this is the group that you'll be able to see after logging in. We currently have like 3-4 members over here. So right till the time I'm giving the session, make sure you go ahead on this group and join this group so that we can take your queries as soon as possible, and then we can sort them out so that you don't get stuck anywhere out there. Okay. So let's first of all take the doubts, and then today we are going to start the sessions. Okay, so we have already, people sending up the link of this community. So make sure you join it as quickly as possible. Okay, so how to use, you just have to join it and then you can use it. Okay, so sir, is there any different option for data science course? I purchased course, after that I found this wonderful course. Now I want to do this course. Okay, so I don't have much clue about the different policies, but you can definitely contact iNeuron. But I feel data science is also a very good course, and our mentor is top class for sure. So yeah, there is no harm in just learning both of them. So link of community, you have already got it. DT says, please with my installation. Okay. So what is the problem that you are facing? I guess I saw your message, DT. So I believe a lot of people are receiving problems on the M1 chip, and later on there was a script to run into the terminal, and then your kernel starts responding. But right now that is also a reboot, which is why I think you should go ahead with the VMware and other options in order to install the Kali Linux. And if you still face any problem, just raise your queries into this group, and we will be fixing up a Skype session for you so that you can complete your installation of this Kali Linux, you can say. I joined 10 minutes late. Is this community exclusive for iNeuron? Yes, I think so. Mostly the people who are here into this batch, they are going to raise the queries. So yes, these are the people joining over there. Download Kali from official website or go through Saksham sir video about installing. Okay, so people are trying to help each other. Now this is something that I'm enjoying, because if we will help each other out, then we'll be acting as a team. We don't want to go ahead with this any kind of dictatorship study pattern. We are going to act like a team, and that's how we all are going to grow. Okay, even after logging in, cyber security community is not visible. Okay, then I'll ask our developers team in order to get this done. But make sure you keep an eye in here, and then you'll be able to see the group getting active after like 3-4 hours from this class, and then you can join this group. Do we shut down Kali Linux in VirtualBox or close window and save session? I think you need to shut down the Kali Linux every time, because if you won't shut it down, then you can your image can get crashed, and eventually you'll see that you will face problem in loading up your grub bootloader. So it is a good idea to just shut down and then close the VMware. Yes, DT, you can share the screen on Skype. So after this, I'm going to give you one Skype ID. Okay, I think I should give you guys the Skype ID publicly. So if you face any problem, or if you're looking to, uh, get a exclusive Skype session, then you can just go ahead. So in order to, ask your queries or to book the Skype session, you need to uh, add this ID in here. That is live Mukesh MAA 6. He is our teaching assistant here, and he will be guiding you if there is any problem regarding installation, or if you have any doubt at all. Okay, and completed all the tasks that assigned last week. That's great, Sameer. It's a private group. I see error on webcommunity.io. Okay, you guys have observed the URL as well. But I guess, we have made this live and it is still under the testing process, which is why we must be, seeing these kind of errors and bugs. But yes, we are definitely going to fix it. And after a few hours from this session, you'll be able to see this getting active. Okay. Can't share here. Yeah, I've just now shared DT. I'm going to repeat the Skype ID, that is live colon Mukesh MAA6. Okay, I'm going to send you the Skype ID once more. But make sure you just message him first before connecting with him, so that it could be great for him as well. Where did you? Okay, I've shared the Skype ID once again. So just have a look at that and make sure you add that up. But I believe you won't be needing the much Skype once you'll get connected into this community. It will be like a Discord, you can say. So this is the Discord of iNeuron in order to promote the IT community, that is the coder community. Okay, sir, I've installed Kali Linux ISO made for VirtualBox. Will it work for this course? Yes, Kali Linux is anyhow going to work for this course. If I shut down Kali Linux and close VirtualBox, all setting changes made are resetting. You must have installed the live version. That's why it must be happening, I guess. Okay. Mukesh sir is very cooperative. I'm really happy to see the good feedback of Mukesh as well. Basically that's what we try to do. We try that whole of our team is, they work hard to, solve your queries and doubts, and that's what could be, what else could be the great learning in this. Okay, how do I reach or mail Mukesh? Just, add him on Skype and tell him that I am the student of CSM batch, and I believe he'll be helping you out for sure. All right. So, sir, my Kali Linux after logging in is all blackout. Do I need to reinstall it? See, sometimes what happens, you have this thing called as grub bootloader. That is GRUB bootloader. So that helps you to turn on the machine basically. But if that is not configured properly while installing it, because if you'll go through the installation, in the end you'll see that there is something called as grub bootloader that was getting configured while installing the Kali Linux operating system. If that is not done properly, then you can face this black screen. And there is one more thing that I wanted to tell you with the installation thing. What happens, like, suppose you go ahead onto the Kali Linux website, you click on download. The ISO is getting downloaded from which proxy? I'm not sure about that. There are different proxies, and from the different proxies, your ISO is getting downloaded, which is why in some of the cases there are high chances that you can get the corrupted ISO downloaded. The only option is that after for a while, like after waiting for a while or maybe restarting your system, you gotta have to download that ISO again, and then you'll have to install it again. So this is, it's not easy process to, I take everything very easy, but you'll have to keep your eye open because it is not super easy process to just do the installation of Kali Linux machine. For the first time ever, you are putting your hands on Linux. And I know you guys are super friendly with Windows, but yes, Linux is something else. So, but you need not to, fear about the Linux at all, because today we are going to take a quick Linux fundamental crash course. By after attending that crash course, like today's class, all your fear related to Linux will be gone. I'm pretty sure about it. Okay, without GNOME interface, is it default interface is okay? Yes, default interface is okay. What is CISO and CSOPs? Basically, CISO is Chief Information Security Officer. It is a very high-ranked officer into a cybersecurity company. And Chief Information Security Operations is CSOPs. So these are the two different designations that you get. And then you have this, sir, please start the session as early as possible. Yes, I'm trying to do that, but first I'm trying to, sort out the doubts of the students, and then definitely I'm going to start the session. Linux is love. Yes, definitely. Is there any WhatsApp or Telegram group for CSM? There is no WhatsApp group for Telegram as of now. We like I introduced you this web.codercommunity.io. So, you're gonna have to join here, and we are going to maintain it as a Discord, you can say. We also have the app coming up for this web.codercommunity.io. So it will be easy for you to, raise your doubts over your mobile phones and over this, website as well. Sir, I can't find out cybersecurity in community. Okay, cybersecurity community is not yet listed in here, but it is soon going to get listed. It is somewhat going to look like this, and people can ask the doubts in here. So it will be listed in few hours after this batch is completed. Linux is Apple and Windows is oranges. Okay, sir, can you please technical team Skype ID? I just gave you people the Skype ID of the technical team. I'm giving you again. Okay, so I cannot be able to shut down Kali Linux properly, and while boot, it shows some log error. Sir, I cannot shut down Kali Linux properly, and while boot, it shows some log error. I guess I'm again going to suggest you the same solution for that. That is going to be like you're gonna have to install the ISO again into your VBox. I installed everything last week, working fine. After 1 week, I forgot the steps now. But Munir, you can just find a video of Kali Linux installation over my YouTube channel. So I'm just going to quickly show you that where is that video. So when you'll visit my channel, that is Saksham the Computer Guy. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Why I'm not getting any suggestions. Okay. So when you'll visit this channel, you will see that there is this video named as Kali Linux 2022. I'm going to give you this video link again. So in case if you forget this steps, make sure you just go ahead and check out this video again. So everything will be revised again. And apart from that, I'm also giving you the recorded classes over the dashboard, so you can also watch them again and again. Can we make WhatsApp group by ourselves? It's better to resolve the issues. You can always make your own groups, but yes, here is the coder community actually. Thanks for that video. It really helped me in installation. As installation, sometimes it gets very difficult. Sir, are you from SRM? No, I am not from SRM, but yes, I have delivered the sessions in SRM into the event named as Arush. I used to deliver that before COVID, but these days I'm not taking any offline workshops. All right. So without any further ado, I think we should start today's session. And today we are going to talk about Linux, what exactly the Linux is. Okay, while using apt-get update and apt-get update, it was showing log directory denied problem recovery. Okay. So you gotta have to add sudo before you do that. So this is the one thing. Sir, we request you to make WhatsApp group or Telegram group. See, I think if my policies will allow that, the company policies will allow that, then definitely we are going to make one WhatsApp group or somewhat like that. You just gotta have to write. See, making a WhatsApp group or Telegram group is definitely not in my hand. You're gonna have to raise this issue, and you can just contact on team@ineuron.ai, or maybe you can just contact the support team and you can request them to make a WhatsApp group. Otherwise, I would have loved to make one. Okay, in community, there is no group named as cybersecurity. It will get active in some time. How to recover Kali Linux password? Why do you need to recover the Kali Linux password? You forgot the password? And if you have forgotten the password, then I believe there is no way back. You're gone. Okay, so side by side, I am also by default, it would be Kali. No, he has forgotten his password like totally. See, my Kali Linux was, yes, let's please start. So let's get started with today's session. And today we are going to talk about the basic and the fundamentals of Linux. So after the successful installation of Kali Linux, this is something that you must be seeing in front of your screens. And I'm just going to give you a quick tour of VirtualBox so that you can actually understand that what is happening around. So first of all, let's go ahead and check out its settings. So you can see the settings of Kali Linux is right here. And into the general, it is the Kali is just running up. It is just getting started, I believe, which is why it is not showing any option in here. Mm. I guess, yes, here it is. Sometimes it takes quite a long time creating process for virtual machine. Okay. So you can see that here is the name of your Kali underscore Linux. These are the general settings. I'm going to give you a quick head start for the system display, storage, and network and everything out there so that everything could run smooth. So the basic is the name and the type and the version, the band that we have already selected. And then you have the system in here. The system settings is on number 2. And you can see another prompt switching. Okay. So my Linux is also launched in here. Okay, it should be looking up somewhat like this. Okay, so till the time it is getting started, let me just go ahead and make a walkthrough about the other settings. Into the advanced, you have the snapshot folder. So if you take any kind of snapshots, then they will be saved under C users, Studio, VirtualBox, VMs, and Kali Linux snapshot. And also, again, so this is the screen that I'm communicating. Okay. Okay, so next up is you have the description and disk encryption, which is not going to be helpful for you. And you can see the system settings are right here, but you cannot change it later on. That is the issue with this VirtualBox and almost every virtualization, because once your RAM and the hard disk is allocated, it cannot be changed again. So which is why you can just see that how much RAM you have allocated, but you cannot change it. Same goes with the processor and the acceleration as well. Then you have the displays in here. You can go ahead with the recording settings and enable recording, and then it is going to enable the recording. What happens is sometimes you have to make the video POCs of the bug that you find, and then you have to submit the video POC on HackerOne or BugCrowd. So it is for that purpose. You can also do the recording inside the Kali Linux. Also, this is the important part, you can say. This is the storage. So basically what happened that once your ISO is ISO is burnt in through the virtualization, and then Kali Linux.vdi has shown up. What happens is that you, into the older cases, you must have seen that there is a MP4 format, or maybe it was MB4, and the older formats were there of the video format of the movies, you can say. And you used to burn those movies in ISO. So basically you are burning MP4 files in ISO. Likewise, you are burning the ISO into the VirtualBox in the same fashion. But what happens in this case that it comes as a Kali Linux.vdi, like you are seeing right here. And if I hope everything is visible right here, just give me a quick question. Okay. All right. So then you need to notice Kali Linux.vdi. So this is the important part. That is called as location. You need to know that where my Kali Linux.vdi is saved. So it is saved under C user studio VirtualBox VMs Kali underscore Linux, Kali underscore Linux.vdi. So what happens is that I'm going to right click on it. Okay, it is not taking me through it. So I'm going to just copy this location because I want to see that where exactly this Kali Linux.vdi is, which is really important to see. And also you can see the actual size is also right here, and the virtual size is also right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up my computer, and after opening up my computer, just give me a second. Okay. So I'm gonna go in here and I am going to open up my computer right here. Now you can see I have copied the path from here. I've just now copied it and I have opened up my computer and I have copied this path in here and I have just now pasted it right here. So I'm going to paste it right here. Now you cannot run Kali underscore linux.vdi, which is why what you gotta have to do, you gotta have to just remove this file's name because we have to go into the directory, not into the file. So which is why I've just removed the name of the file so that I can directly jump onto the directory where my Kali linux.vdi is saved. Sir, for MacBook, how to install? I think you're gonna have to use the Parallel, or maybe you'll have to use the VMware. VMware is the best option right here. Okay, so now you can see that Kali Linux.vdi is right here. Now you need to do something very carefully. Just go ahead and copy this and paste it somewhere. What happens is that if you have this Linux.vdi and suppose your Linux get crashed, you'll be seeing that quite a lot into the group. You know, a lot of people will be saying that, sir, my Linux got crashed after like 5 days or maybe 10 days. I just wanted to tell you that this Linux distribution is still not super stable out there, which is why I always tell you to keep a backup of this burnt in image. So you just have to copy in here and paste it somewhere else and keep it as a backup. What happens? Why am I telling you to keep a backup? Because if you'll have a backup, you don't need to install the whole ISO again. You'll have to just import this .vdi file in order to go ahead and just create a new virtual machine within few minutes. And there is one more good part. If you'll keep on taking the fresh backups in every 10-15 days or 20 days or whenever you feel like you have some important data that you have submitted in there, then you can take the backup. Now if you'll go into new and suppose if I go ahead and let's say Kali underscore backup, like this is something that I'm trying to create, and if I go ahead with this Linux and I choose Debian and some memory. Okay, so now here what you're gonna have to do, you don't have to do the complete setup once again. You just have to use the select option. Into the manual way, you must have selected on create a virtual hard disk now. But in this case, you're gonna have to click on use an existing virtual hard disk file, right? If you will go with the use an existing virtual hard disk file, you just have to import the backup that I was talking about, and within few seconds, your machine is ready to work again. So this has happened with me also at a lot of times while I used to give the offline workshops, and in the projector in front of a lot of students, like thousands of students were there, and suddenly boom, Kali got crashed. It happens a lot of times, but it always a good idea to keep a backup. So make sure you go into the storage and take a backup. First of all, this is the first recovery method, or you can say the recovery backup that you should always keep. So again, I'm telling you, go into the settings, and after going into the settings, you need to go into the storage, and then you need to select kalilinux.vdi, just copy this path and go ahead and take the backup as soon as possible. That means additional 9 GB backup space will be consumed. Yes, definitely space will be consumed, and not just the 9 GB. I believe you must have allocated the space of like 30 GB or somewhat like that. So that will be consumed. Okay, so Pinatnath says, hey Saksham, I'm facing issue while installing Kali Linux in MacBook. Okay, so I'm just giving you a Skype ID. Go ahead and connect over there. And I can also see some of the question answers. Okay, let's take the question answers later on. Let's go ahead and complete all the modules of virtual machine at least. And then you have this audio settings as well, Windows Direct Sound, that's pretty much okay. And there comes the important part, the network setting. Now, look at here very carefully. You gotta have to, check the network settings. What happens is that suppose like here is my Kali. Okay, I think even I forgot the password. Let me see if I still remember it. Oh, yes, I do remember it. Okay, so I'll tell you a very quick tweak related to network settings. You gotta have to do that. Otherwise, there will be a big trouble. Your Windows machine will not be able to communicate with your Linux machine. And basically, it won't be able to, communicate over the whole network, which could be a really issue for us. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up my terminal, and I'm going to increase the size of it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with ifconfig. Mm, I'm going to check out this thing as well to my Windows machine. Just give me a second. Command prompt is right here. ifconfig. Okay, so here we can see our IP address as 192.168.1.21. Now, I think I must be receiving this problem because I haven't yet updated and upgraded it. Okay, so you can see when you'll go into your Windows, then when you'll write ipconfig, then you'll be able to see the Internet Protocols configuration. I repeat, when you will go into the command prompt of your Windows, then you'll be able to see the Internet Protocols configuration. In that configuration, you'll be able to see your IP address, and you'll be able to see your MAC address as well. So is there anyone who doesn't knows what IP address is and what MAC address is? Feel free to write it in chat, and I'm going to make you understand that. Okay, how many of you people haven't yet upgraded and updated your Kali Linux machine? Just give me a quick response. Okay. Again, installing it died. Yes, see, that's the fun of hacking. Into the starting, you are going to receive a lot of problems, but later on, you're gonna be used to with all the problems. This happens. You find the bugs. It gets tricky. It gets like yes, I'm facing another error again. So from today onwards, stop complaining about the bugs. You're going to receive them a lot because that's what we do. Explain about IP address and MAC address. Okay, let's talk about IP address and MAC address. For that, I'll have to open up one of my research. I have followed the YT video. Is that it? Yes, definitely. That's it. Okay. So some people are requesting to explain the IP address and the MAC address as well. So I have opened up a special PPT for them. So give me a second. Okay. So here I believe I had this thing called as IP address. So an IP address is definitely an internet protocol. Basically, that's what they say. But because when two machines are communicating with each other, suppose there is this one machine and there is the second machine. If they want to make any kind of connection, that cannot be made without these two things. That is called as IP address and the MAC address. These are the two basic requirements in order to complete a connection in between one machine and second machine. What happens when you go onto the internet? What are you actually doing onto the internet? You are basically communicating with somebody else's machine. Somebody else's machine is there on internet. Here he is publicly hosting some kind of coding files that are getting fetched onto your browsers. So in that case also, when you write something into the URL, you are not like internet is not air. A lot of machines are shared each other, and that's how they are communicating each other. That's into the starting days, people were just using it as a local network. A lot of military based people into the USA, they were using it in between the networks only. That was called as ARPANET, right? Into the ARPANET, these military people were just communicating with each other, and this technology was only used in between those military peoples only. Later on, they researched about it, and then things started getting evolved, and then a common man also started interacted with some other device with the help of this networking thing, which was made possible with the help of IP address. Now, what does the IP address does? It gives you a different identity, of some numbers, you can say, which are set it up into the different ports, you can say. In these ports, you have this IP address as well, and you have this unique identifier number in here. What happens, like 192.168.1.1, suppose you have a connection of Airtel, and like I want to give the connection of Airtel to the whole state. How does that happens? The ISP, that is internet service provider, what they'll do, the Airtel guy will say, okay, I need to give 10 connections in this road. Then it's like going to be like 192.168.1.1.2.3.4. Likewise, he'll be allocating his IP addresses all around. So I hope, just a quick fundamental about what exactly the IP address is clear to you all. Just give me a quick response, and then we'll be jumping on to explaining the MAC address as well. Like I told you, an IP address serves two principal functions. Yeah, this is also very important. One is the host. The second one is the network interface identification or the location addressing that is done with the help of IP address. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I want to watch the class first. Okay, just don't ask the doubts for a while, because we have to complete the session, and then in the end we'll be taking the doubts. Let's just have the doubts, whatever I'm asking right now. Like if I say, if you have any problem related to IP address, then I'm gonna talk about it. Else, you can, I give you the complete time. Once we feel like we have studied a lot, I start talking to you automatically. So you don't need to worry about your doubts. We are going to solve all of your doubts. Keep your mind clean, relax, calm, and then try to study whatever I'm teaching you right here. Okay, so what is IPv4 and IPv6? That's a very good question. MAC address is nothing but physical address. I am having not taking this question. IP address depends on ISPs. Yes. Today we are using Airtel and next day Jio. How does it work? Yes. So basically what happens is there is nothing like, Airtel is taking some kind of, satellites, they are sharing, how it is done. The satellites are there, and, they are making a lot of connections, a lot of towers are there, and they take these towers for rent, right? Sometimes Jio is taking a lot of towers out there, and then Airtel is taking their tower on rent, and then they are making these connections. So this is why a new company comes up with their own internet connections. That's how one day we are using Airtel, and the next day we are using Jio. Can we change the MAC address? Yes, we can change the MAC address. If we get updates or it is showing not understand in combination with the other option, we're going to take that out after a while. Make sure you don't just spend your energy in asking the doubts. Make sure you just spend your energy more about the topic that I'm teaching you right now. I'm definitely going to take the doubts again and again. Else, eventually you'll also get irritated. Because you want to study, but the doubts will keep on coming. So which is why we have kept a Monday to Friday support thing, and we are sorting out really quickly about the groups and these kind of requests that we are getting. Okay, if IP like the dynamic, then how can we hackers catch the app? See, dynamic IP is just to create the session, while you have the static IP address. Your internet service provider is not giving you the dynamic IP address. Basically, your internet service provider is giving you one static address And then in order to create the session, basically your browser is using the dynamic IP address. Okay. Please repeat IP address once. Okay. So a quick refresher in the end, and then we are going to go up with only one question that I have received related to IP address. That is, what is the difference between IPv4 and IPv6? Sai Teja says I kept an email for support, but okay. Sai Teja, I would like to request you to forward that email ID on my personal email ID. That is saksham@ineuron.ai, and I'll look into that personally, because support team is not solving the doubts. They are looking for the platform related queries. All the doubts are taken care by me personally. So just a quick refresher, IP address and MAC address is your middle barrier in order to complete the connection from this computer to another. That's what you need to know about. IP address, it's a protocol, and then you have, you have a lot of bytes stored under the different rooms right here. You need to understand this as well. So make sure you just see that, like, it's 172.16.254.1. So one byte has 8 bits in here, right? So it is a 32 bits of IP address, right? So the total bit that you have in an IP address is 32. That is what your subnet is. Now you should know about what exactly the subnet mask is. Make sure whatever I'm teaching you, you take this knowledge by keeping your eyes super open, because these are the fundamentals that you are going to realize later on. They are super helpful. Like, the subnet that I'm talking about, when you'll go with the network related attacks, then you should know that what exactly the subnet mask is and what bytes are there. So you can see that the subnet mask is 32 right here. That is the subnet is 32 bit here. And if I say that, like, suppose instead of this 1, this gets 0, then what will be the subnet mask of this IP address? Just give me a quick response. I repeat my question, if it is going to be 172.16.254.0, then what will be the subnet mask of this? So I'm getting some responses in here. It's not always 172, it's not necessary that it's 172. Okay, so some people are saying 255, 255 dot. Okay, some people are saying 24, some people are saying 32 byte. How come if the last room is like, it's like 0 instead of 1, it's 0? Then how will it get 32 bytes? It has a 0, and one room is of 8 bits. Then how will it get 32 bits again? Yes, you can definitely get notes for this session, and you are already getting the live recordings, so you can check them onto your dashboards. Okay. We are going to talk about the anonymity, Pratik, really soon. Yes, definitely. I'm going to take the queries later. Can't connect. What topic you're teaching today? Today we are trying to jump onto the fundamentals. We were doing a quick network settings, and then people raised up the queries that they don't know what exactly the IP address is and the MAC address is. So we are taking a very small fundamental about what IP address is and MAC address is, and then later on we are going to jump onto the Linux fundamentals. What is the community website forum? Community website forum. I didn't got your question. Please send your question again. I can use command for update, but password, no. Okay, so we have got some more question, more answers, and I can see people coming up on right track. So we have got the complete mathematics saying 8 into 3 is 24, which is the right answer. So the people who said 24, hooray, you got the concept. Okay, PDFs will be provided or not? Yes, PDFs and all the presentations that I'm showing you here is already uploaded into the dashboard. Okay, can we get this PPT file? Yes, you can definitely get this PPT file. I'll ask my team to upload this PPT file as well into the resource section. Community website address, forgot to note it down. Keep your eyes open, wide open. Okay, so the community group link was web.codercommunity.io/g/cybersecurity. So you're going to see this link getting active in your web-based machines after like 4 or 5 hours from now, because our team is still working on it. But I just wanted to give you a quick idea about what we are doing related to doubts and these kind of. This is going to be a super amazing Discord, I'm telling you. Okay, so I believe everybody have understood that what exactly the IP address is into the technical terms. And now the question was that why IPv6 came up. But before you ask this question, that why, what is the difference between IPv4 and IPv6? That is one question that you should ask yourself first, that why not IPv5? What happened to IPv5? If IPv4 is there, why not IPv5 is not there? But directly we have IPv6, IPv4 to IPv6. Where is IP5? Is it the Apple thing going on here? Is 5 is unlucky word or what? No, I'll tell you the reason. So IPv5 was one of the most disastrous invention by our computer engineers, you can say. It was super vulnerable and it was not at all secure. And I have no idea how Intel guys have done this, but without any security audit, they have exported all the IPv5 ports into your laptops and into your systems. Yes, I'm telling you truth. You already have the IPv5 port inside your systems. And you know what? That IPv5 port is not at all active. So this is something that you need to know, which is why the company later on realized that it is super vulnerable. They didn't went for any kind of security audits. Hackers came up, they showed up, and they terribly manipulated it, which is why IP v5 was discontinued, looking at its disastrous outcomes, because they have not done the security audit for that. And then the IPv6 comes. So into the IPv6, what is the difference? The main difference between IPv6 and IPv4. Can anyone tell me what is the main difference in IPv6 and IPv4? I'm just going to give you a quick clue. Like 1 byte is of 8 bits here. So what do you think the 1 byte is of how many bits there in IPv6? Give me a quick response. How many bytes, how many bits you have into the IPv6? Some says 64, some says 32, some says 128. 32, 128, 16, 64. Okay, I'm getting amazing responses. 16, 16. Are you sure it's 16? A lot of people are saying 16. Some are saying 64 bytes. Some are saying 128 bytes. Okay, I'm just mispronouncing it. It's not bytes, it's bits. So make sure you call it bit only. Okay, so I can see some, okay, still I'm getting a lot of responses. So yes. So now that's how I love to get the answer, like the Narendra has given it 16 into 8. This makes sense. Okay, so the right answer is some are saying 8 bytes, 16 bytes, 68. Okay, no DT. It's going to be into this calculation only, and you have 128 bits into IPv6 just in a single room. So like you have one room, this one room is of 8 bits. Likewise in IPv6, you have this one room of 128 bits. Then you have another room as well, and then you have a lot of rooms in here because it is into the hexadecimal thing, right? So IP, yes. So IPv6 has some extra bits because it is believed that we have invented a lot of devices that are using Wi-Fi, and we are going to go out of it because we are really running on a shortage of internet into this world, and there will be a saturation point when we all will be shifted to IPv6. So this is kind of a backup that the inventors has introduced in order to if the internet doesn't gets out of shortage, you can say. So yes, this is the main difference on in between IPv4 and IPv6. IPv6 is super powerful out. Then you have MAC address as well. Now, what do I tell you about MAC address? I mean, MAC address is a burnt-in address. Like it's basically a hardware into your system. I'm just gonna show you a quick picture of the MAC address. So then you will realize that how we are changing it and how like till what extent we can clone it or mask it or whatever the things are happening with the Mac port. So I believe yes, this is the one. Okay, so just bringing you the picture of, yes, I found it finally. So now you can see right here that this is the physical device that is there inside your systems. I'm going to take you through a very deep study of computer first of all, because first of all, you need to understand that what is happening around and how things came up. So this is how your MAC address looks like, and you can see it is there into the WLAN port. And then you can see that MAC ID is also written right here. And then you can see that it is later on expanded with the main and the auxiliary port, you can say. And you'll later on understand that what is the auxiliary scan and what is the auxiliary ports and these kind of things. But just remember this, that you have this MAC hardware, MAC address hardware that is there into your systems, into your laptops, into your CPUs and these kind of things. So now the question is, can we change the MAC address? Because it is a hardware. So can you change the MAC address? Just give me a quick response. Faz Ahmed says no. Some people say yes, no, yes, no. Amit says no. Okay, it's the yes, no shooting up on the way. Right. So we can change MAC address, but it's difficult, little bit difficult. No, not at all difficult. Okay, let's learn today how to change the MAC address. What say? Not for physical, but yes, for virtual. Okay. We can update firmware, software. No, you do whatever you want to do with software. When the hardware is there, then how will you be able to change this hardware? So basically, the funda is you don't change the MAC address, you mask it, right? Do you know what exactly the meaning of masking is? There is this like physical MAC address. We are masking it up with our fake MAC address, and we can keep any MAC address with that. So when you mask this MAC address inside your operating system, so when when you start your operating system once again, then again you'll be able to see your original MAC address right there. So today, these were the two main concepts that I have just now taught you, that in order to make a network connection or any kind of connection in between two devices, you need two things that is called as IP address, and second one is the MAC address. We can spoof the MAC address. We cannot change the MAC address. We can mask the MAC address, but we cannot change the MAC address. Okay. So if it is soldered on green plate, yes, it is soldered on that green plate that you have into your systems. Okay. So I hope I was pretty much able to make sense to you about these two major networking devices that you have into your systems. So now let's come on to that point that I was telling you at that time. So now you can see that I have taken out the IP address of my Linux machine, and it looks very weird. And definitely it doesn't matches up with the command prompt of my primary system. That is 192.168.1.1, 1.21 actually. But right now here it says 10.0.2.255. Now this is not at all right, because when you'll go ahead and when you'll try to ping 10.0.2.255 and I'll hit enter, then you can see nothing is happening. The request timed out because my primary machine isn't able to reach out to this Linux machine, and this is really not a good thing. So we will make it to reach out. Control C is used for killing the process, whether it is command prompt or it is the terminal of your Linux, you can say. So now what we are going to do, we are going to use the bridge networking technology. So again, that can be done. How that can be done? Into your settings of VirtualBox. Into the VMware also it is same. So you can see into the network settings. Right now we have this adapter that is not only adapter net, and then you have a lot of other adapters as well. So they have also recently introduced the cloud network as well, but as you can see that it is into the experimental. Then you have different kind of net network that was selected, generic driver, host only adapter, internal network, that is what the iNet or ARPANET these people were using. Then you have this bridge adapter. Now what bridge adapter will do, it will bridge the connection in between your primary operating system and your Kali Linux operating system. So this is called as the bridge networking process, which we need to follow right here. And you can see that there are a lot of wireless listed over here, but these wireless are not at all worth it. So you can see it's Realtek, PCE, Remote NDIS. I know that I have Intel's, Intel's wireless right here, and you can see you can go into the advanced, and then you have one more thing, that is Prometheus mode, that is into some of the mode. You can say that it is going to stay away from in contacting with your primary operating system. But in this case, you can allow two VMs. For example, in some of the cases, we are going to exploit a Windows machine with the help of Kali Linux. So we are going to create two VirtualBox, one with the Windows one, and secondly, we are going to go and take the attacker's machine, that is going to be Kali Linux. So we'll ask Kali Linux to attack onto the Linux machine and attack onto the Windows machine. In that case, if you will not allow all the VMs to interact with each other, just not the primary operating system, you have to allow all the VMs to interact with each other. So I'm going to click on allow all, and I'm going to click on OK. And now you'll be able to see when I'm gonna close this terminal once, and then this is the first command that you can take, that is ifconfig. I believe even I haven't yet updated it, which is why it is saying ifconfig command not found, and it is also saying that because I haven't yet updated and upgraded anything at all, but still I know the methods to run almost everything on Linux. So I'm going to go with the sudo trick. Basically what sudo does, see, you have two kinds of users into the Linux. We are going to read that in a while, that what kind of different users you have into the Linux, and what is actually the architecture of Linux right here. See, I'm going to introduce you everything about the Linux, but right now I'm just giving you a very very quick tweak about your setting up your machine. So I am going to enter the password. I'm going to hit enter. Okay, so now let's see. Now I'm getting a genuine, an IP address that can be contacted. Earlier it was like 10.0.2. something. That is not a valid IP address. You gotta have to make a valid IP address. Like you can see that it's right here, which says 192.168.1.2. Let's see if they are able to make connection with each other. So I'm going to open my command prompt. And let me try to ping this machine. This is the first step. You try to ping one machine with another machine, and later on you'll be able to hack one machine to another machines, right? So this is how the process go. Baby steps first. So I'm going to go with ping, and then I'm going to go with 192.168.1.2. So let's hit enter, and yes, we are now getting the reply from our host machine, you can say. So this machine is up and it is able to communicate with each other, which is why I'm going to get the reply of 32 bytes in 1 milliseconds. So that's how you check if your machines are able to interact with each other or not, because it is really very, very important. Because if you won't do that, you won't be able to learn different kind of tags, and you'll face a lot of problems related to networks as well. So make sure you resolve this quick networking tweak before you get started with the configuration of this one. Okay, so I believe we are done with the networking tweaks. I believe we are done with the display and everything at all. But let's go ahead and open up our settings of VirtualBox. Can you repeat the process? Yes, sure. I can repeat the process, Ranjit ji. Okay. So what I did, I just, before starting my Linux machine, I wanted to do some tweaks into the networking so that my primary machine, that is Windows machine, in which I am installing VirtualBox, in which I'm installing my ISO of Kali Linux. I have successfully installed that, but now these machines are not able to communicate with each other because the networking settings are not done right in that case. So you are going to go inside the settings and you are going to go into the network and you are going to use the bridge adapter. By default, it is going to be net. You have to click bridge adapter and then you have to select the right wireless right here. And then you'll have to go into the advanced settings. You'll have to allow all the VMs in here and you'll have to click OK. This will help to resolve your IP address because earlier the IP address wasn't right, and which was the reason why we were not able to communicate with each other's machine into the command prompt by pinging it. But now we are able to do that, which means we have successfully resolved our networking settings of Kali Linux. Okay, so IP is not coming after sudo ifconfig. How is that possible? What are you saying? If you are not able to see the IP address, just give me a quick response. Uma Maheshwara Rao. Okay. Karthikeyan says, why are we seeing the password which is enter? Why we are seeing the password? Are you able to see my password? Okay. 127.0.0.1. Okay. How to open command prompt in Kali? So in order to open the command prompt in Kali, onto the top left, you will see something like a terminal icon in here. When you will click here, this will open up your terminal emulator. Okay, so loop address is showing for me. Just give me a quick screenshot of that, or let's sort it out once we are done with this session. if your networking adapter is set right, then I think there shouldn't be any problem. Loop address is showing for me. I see. Sorry, not seeing. Okay. So it always happens in Kali that it will not even show you the bullets while entering the password. It will just show you the simple, the blank screen, and it will feel like you're typing nothing. But yes, you are definitely typing in there, and you're gonna have to, play the blind password game. You cannot see anything at all in any Kali mix. So. Is it fine to use Intel Wi-Fi 64A6201 because it's showing multiple options like yours, but I can ping. Yes, as long as you can ping, as long as your internet connection is running fine, as long as you're getting the right IP address like 192.168. something, then everything is perfectly fine. Please repeat the last step about the network. We won't be able to see the password. Yes, you won't be able to see the password. I've just now repeated the steps about the network. I'll repeat it once again. Sir, it was not showing wireless Intel option after the bridge. Oh, it was not showing Intel option. Everybody has different computers. Everybody has different laptops. So yes, you will have to choose one of them. In fact, Mac users will face little problem in this because they'll be seeing a lot of options in here. So what they'll have to do, they'll have to select one option, then again they'll have to see if the ping is coming right or not, then again and again. So it is going to be a hit and trial in some of the cases. Try all of them one by one and one of them will be right. Shortcut for opening terminal is Control-Shift-T. Yes, that's pretty much right, Sunil. So what's the second terminal, root one? Second terminal, you can open second terminal very easily in a single terminal. You just need to click on file and new tab and you can see now I have two tabs into the single terminal. So it's quite easy again. My IP address is up in both the machines. Then you are in right track, Rakesh. How to close terminal using command? How to close? You just have to, click on cross. Why do you need shortcut for that? Again, what should we do if the mouse click is not working inside Kali? I'm gonna tell you the solution for that in a while. Okay, maybe that's the reason I'm going to use. I need someone's IP address. Does it means I have access to it? Okay, so what could be the consequences of knowing an IP address? So I believe if you know somebody's IP address, you can pretty much do a lot of things because it's hacking. So you can find what kind of ports are opened up. You can just exploit that machine over the network. Never mind if that machine is somewhere in New Zealand or Australia or wherever in the world. So yes, you can do a quick network mapping, and a lot of things can be done if you know the IP address. And it will be a gold mine if you are sitting under that IP address. Like suppose if you are sitting under that company or like somewhat like that, then it's going to be a terrible thing for them. Okay, able to use internet in Kali, still shows request timeout in Windows. No, but if your IP, so yes, if your IP address is not resolved to something like 192.168. something, then there will be issue again. Okay, we can able to change the wired connection to wireless in Kali. Yes, you can. Nmap networks can. Yes, we are going to start these kind of advanced things into the upcoming time, since it is a 3 months long course. So don't worry. It is a good idea to just cover your fundamentals and complete your fundamentals till that time. You can able to change the wired connection to wireless in Kali. Yes, you can. Network map scanning. Sir, I have Intel dual band in network adapter and Intel Pro 1000 MT desktop in VB adapter. Sir, can't able to bridge dual band in network adapter. That's okay if you have dual band in network adapter. Make sure that your IP address is resolved. But that should be public IP, right? Yes, that should be public IP. But there are ways by which we can jump onto them too. So yes, imagine like if somebody is hosting his cyber room on some IP address, that will be public automatically, Neha. And if somebody is hosting a complete server or the local server, uh, if that machine is running any kind of server which is making that system to go public, then it could be really harmful for them. If the security audit is not done right and if he's a part of any company, then it could be a terrible disaster. Okay, so what will we be achieving till weekend? Till weekend, we are going to complete the whole fundamental related to Linux and from all the fundamentals. So let me just take you a walkthrough about the curriculum. So give me a second. Let me just open up a link for you all. Okay, so putting the chat window aside. Okay. So I believe we have done with the course. We are done with the course introduction. We are done with web pen testing. We are done with types of hackers. We are done for the disclaimer of this course, and we are done for what is vulnerability. Everybody knows now what is vulnerability and VAPT. We know what is OWASP top 10 now. We know the scope and duties of the pen tester in InfoSec companies. Goals for resume building in web pen testing is related to bug bounty. Like I told you, if you can put up some good names under your resume for by hitting the bounties under them, then it's really going to be good for because imagine like one of the guy has I'll just show you in some time in upcoming classes. I'm going to show you the exact copy from Harvard that we have received. Imagine the information security department head is sending us the appreciation letter. So will they deny me if I'll ask them to take and give me an admission in Harvard or somewhat like that? I don't think so, because you have the appreciation letter from them. So getting a big name of some big companies in your resume can definitely take you to the next level. How much and where can I make money from bug bounty? I guess I have introduced you to the bug bounty platforms as well, and I hope as a homework that I have given into my last class, everybody must have signed up over there. It is going to be good for you only. Then we are done with setting up the environment as well. Things to cover in the section: grabbing required downloadable resource, virtualization, VBox walkthrough, and now today we are going to go with the Linux and the history of Linux, why Kali Linux, installing Kali Linux. Tweaks we are doing right now, updating and upgrading. I'll tell you before completing this class. Then we are going to complete, by this weekend. I believe tomorrow again we are going to have the rigorous training. Make sure you are done with completing your updating and upgrading your systems, because tomorrow I'll try to complete the whole Linux fundamental crash course, and I'm going to try to complete this Burp Suite module training. So, and today we are looking to complete the core fundamental for web pen testing, right? So this sounds interesting to everyone. If we today we'll try to achieve and complete this core fundamental of web pen testing today anyhow after doing the tweaks of this. Tomorrow, Linux fundamentals and Burp Suite complete module training. Burp Suite is a gold-like tool over there. Don't forget to attend this class. Then from the next week, we are going to get started with the reconnaissance methodology. The first step to find the vulnerabilities. There is a very good saying in this hacking that you should know about the playground that you are playing, right? So you should know about the technologies where you are looking to find the bugs that can be achieved with the help of reconnaissance methodology. So next week, we are finally going to do something related to hacking that is called as reconnaissance. And then it is going to be a skyrocket in this course from like next week. Right now, we are just building up the fundamentals, and then back-to-back attacks, brute force, command injection, OTP bypass, cookie manipulation, and like what not. So make sure you keep a very good eye while developing these fundamentals. It is a good lightweight class into the starting, but yes, later on, I'm not going to give you much time, and I'm not looking to get any of the excuses. that, sir, this has happened like this. Now I've got one of the message saying, sir, my internet speed is slow. I cannot install the Kali Linux. I cannot download the ISO of Linux. But my friend, if your internet speed is super slow that you cannot download the ISO for like whole week, we already just take the weekends. Still, I believe you should be able to, download the ISOs and like update it, upgrade it, and then we are done with it. So it is going to be an interesting course, but from the next week. Okay, so setting up the environment. Okay, right now we are looking to do the tweaks of Kali. So I hope this networking tweak is done. Updating, upgrading, everybody knows how to update and upgrade. Let me just quickly tell you the command for the update and upgrade. So in order to update and upgrade, we just need to write here as apt get update. You can just update first of all, and later on you can upgrade it. But since I'm streaming live right now, so I'm not going to update and upgrade in front of you. Otherwise, the stream will go little, stream will be hindered a bit. Another thing, if you want to fire two commands at a time, then suppose apt is what? Apt is the Debian package, or you can say library that is already there. It is asking to get the updated files from there. End is the operator, or the people who are not from the programming language. I'm going to tell them that this is the option to use two commands at a time. There are a lot of more options in Linux like piping and all. But right now, if you want to hit two commands at a time, then you can go with end operators. And then you're going to have to write here as apt get upgrade, right? So you can do that all together. You can update and upgrade all together. Else you can, put it, update and upgrade into the parts as well. Like first you hit apt get update, you update it, and then you hit apt get upgrade, and then you upgrade it. In a while, and sometimes with my experience, that's what I'm telling you. In some of the cases, what happens that Linux will ask you to press Y. In order to do that in advance, you're gonna have to use -y, so that whatever he'll ask, it will go yes. So basically, this is what I just did right now. This is a complete script, you can say. So this is how you do the scripting in Linux. It is not a rocket science to do the scripting in Linux at all. Some people say, into the Nmap, Wireshark, they are making such big scripts out there to do some networking, hacking, and these kind of things. No, it's super easy. It's just fundamental and the implementation of concept. That's it. It's super easy to do the scripting as well in Linux. Okay, so I believe everybody is, everything is all cleared up till here now. If you have any kind of doubts, feel free to ask. And then we are done with these two modules. Welcome to the world of penetration testing, setting up an environment. And then we are going to jump onto the core fundamental of web pen testing. So if you have any doubt till these, till these sections, feel free to ask. And then we are like, what's the time? Let me just see. It's 4:30. I believe we should take a 5-minute break. Till are you looking to get a break? Okay, I can see a lot of messages right in here, and I'll have to answer it all. So give me a second and let me answer you all, and then we can take the break of like 5-6 minutes. Okay, so let me take the questions again. Sudo ifconfig using Nmap, Nmap scan. Yes, that's pretty much right. Nmap networking scanning. Yes, we are going to read that as well. It is a very fine tool out there for the network pen testing. And then we can able to change wired connection to wireless in Kali. Yes, you can. Sir, I have Intel dual band in network adapter. I've already answered this. Sir, my IP address was not changing from 10. Are you able to ping from Kali to main system? I think you will have to change this IP address. I told you just go into the network settings and make sure you do the changes. What will be achieving till weekend? Yes, I just gave you a quick walkthrough about this weekend and the next week as well. So I just told you what is going to happen today and in the next week. So make sure you take the head start in that. I see networking to visitor, then advanced type allow all selected from, is it correct? Yes, that's correct, Munir. A question about bits, can I ask? Please do ask, Pratik. Can we ping by using IPv6 address? No, IPv6 is not yet implemented into the real life just now, but into the upcoming years, we can definitely see IPv6. Okay, so sudo is not working, sir. Sudo is not working. This is the godlike weapon in Linux. Sudo. What are you saying if you are not, if that is not working? What is CTF and CHS? I saw that coming. I saw that coming. Because every hacker loves the CTFs. That is called as capture the flag. And the capture the flag is an exercise that is given by a lot of companies out there, which is why I am, looking to come up with the second course related to CTF. There we are just going to go into the extreme level. One cannot attend that course if you don't have the basic knowledge, because there what happens is that you get like into the next CTF course that I'm building right now. That will be released after like 3 to 4 months from now. That's what I believe. But the amount of research that we put into these kind of courses, because this is the, you can say, the world's most lengthiest and the biggest curriculum at this affordable course. So that's what we do. So into the next course, I'm coming up with a CTF course. In that course you'll have like hundreds of live machines that we will be hacking all along. So that is going to be the course of CTF that I'm about to launch from like 3 to 4 months from now. So CTF is a very big topic to ask about. So definitely, okay. So how about if I make a quick video on CTF on my YouTube channel? Just give me a quick message saying make video on CTF into the chat section, and I'll think about making a video on it on my YouTube channel. By the way, I kept my promise. I made a video related to the timeline of Julian Assange, but I think you didn't keep your promise. I couldn't see any of you into the comment section. So make sure, if I'll not see everyone into the comment section, then I'll not make the videos on demand for you guys on YouTube. So make sure you show up into the comment section into my YouTube's video that are at least demanded by you. Okay, so more questions. Sir, please, better to release that curriculum. I'm not releasing that curriculum as of now. Please tell in advance about topics that we are going to learn next week and next class. I just told you that what we are going to learn next week, few minutes back only. After completing this course, can I make money from bug bounty? See, what happens is that the amount of batches that I've taken in my life, it has never ever happened that the guy didn't hit any kind of bounty at all. While doing this batch, some students gets the bounty in a for sure shot. The amount, the names that I took of the companies, and the bug bounties that I told you that my students have already achieved. You'll see that happening in your batch, I'm pretty sure. But what happens? There are some sincere students. There are some least sincere students. There could be a lot of variables for like personal problems or maybe occupational problems or student problems. But yes, the sincere students definitely gets the bounty, and that feeling to get $100 into your bank account within few seconds. And $100 is a old day thing. These days people get minimum of like $300. So you'll see that happening in this batch as well. And I cannot say that all the students will get it, but automatically some students will make you see that happen. I'm pretty sure about it. Okay, sign up of HackerOne, etc. is legal. It's 100% legal. I've been doing this HackerOne and all from quite a long time, from like my college days, and it was my full-time hobby to be a full-time bug bounty hunter, and I used to earn a handsome amount of money from that. Then I took it as hobby, but right now I've changed my path, and I am looking to explore a lot of domains related to information security development, because this computer is one blissful thing. You never stop learning in here. It's super exciting all the time. Okay, I have done upgraded step in Kali. That's great, Rukesh. I'm getting black screen in Kali Linux, and then above it is showing Kali Linux is running. Yes, that is corrupted. You're gonna have to install it again. Don't worry about installing and reinstalling the Kali Linux in VirtualBox. As beginner, it has happened with me as well. I still remember the time. You guys are still living in a very good phase of Kali Linux. In my time, when I started learning it like 7, 8 years back, oh man, I mean, I just installed this Kali Linux within like 3 to 4 days. Every time I used to go up, something used to get crash, or sometimes I used to sit blank. At that time, computers were also pretty slow, the internet was pretty slow, and everything was the resources. There was a lot of lack of resources, and the Kali Linux was terribly unstable at that time because earlier the backtrack was going on for all the hacking things. People used to use Backtrack, and recently it got shifted to Kali Linux. Kali Linux was released in front of my eye, you can say, because I am the user of Backtrack. When the Kali Linux, basically the name of Backtrack was changed to Kali Linux. That this was done by Offensive Security. I'll show you who are these guys doing such things. So there is a company named as Offensive Security. So this is that company, Offensive Security. That is the information security company. So they, first of all, they introduced the Backtrack, and then later on they introduced your Kali Linux. So they are releasing this. You can say Kali Linux. They are the owner of Kali Linux, Offensive Security, and their courses and certifications are also very, very expensive, but very valuable one. And there is one thing, like a lot of people are trying to do OSCP. OSCP can't be done if you will not be solving these kind of CTF challenges and these kind of things. So yes, in order to complete the certifications of Offensive Security, you'll have to take a lot of knowledge right there. Okay, so SERV and Advanced section course will start. I just gave you a quick walkthrough of the course few minutes back. If you are keeping an attention of whatever I'm trying to say. Hello, Saksham. My Wi-Fi had some issue. I switched to mobile hotspot now, but the connection is failing between the machines. But why have you switched to the hotspot? Basically, it has nothing to do with the internet or Wi-Fi. You even see, there is this thing. Suppose if your internet is not working, or maybe if your internet is not even there into your system, then also you get the IP address, right? Pretty legit. Even if the internet is not there into your system, still you get the IP address. So it is this, like I told you, this device is meant to communicate from one system, one operating system to another. So keep it like this only, which is why I explained you what exactly the IP address is. So it has nothing to do with mobile hotspot or anything at all. You just have to do some tweaks into the settings, and then you'll be able to successfully bridge the connection, and then you'll see a good IP address flowing in both of them. Okay, update, upgrade, sudo prefix, apt-get update. How to change the terminal color? Changing the terminal color is very easy. I mean, before asking these questions, they are super easy questions that you can even Google as well. But definitely, if you have asked it, then I'll tell you. But these are the extra things, right? I would recommend you to ask me the questions that are technical enough, and then they are also going to help you out, and you'll not find those questions on Google as well, right? So try to find and try to ask me those questions. These entertainment related questions are not going to help you out much, but I understand there is a big excitement of this, what do you say, the terminal thing out there. Even when I opened it up for the first time, then I also remember I converted into like the green and the hacker style of like terminal, you can say. So keep this as a homework. Make sure you go into this appearance, and then you change the color. You can change any color scheme, and you can change any color font and anything at all. So into the meantime, you just open up your terminal and just change the appearance of it according to your ease, or some people like it as the hacker feeling. People like me like to go with simple white text over the black, and these kind of settings. So make sure just show me your terminal, your how your terminal is looking. I would really love to see that how your terminal is looking over my Instagram stories. So after this session, make sure you just modify your terminal, like your hacking terminal, and then share and then tag me on that Instagram story so that I can see that over my Instagram handle, that is Saksham the Computer Guy. Okay, so this is done. What is CTF and CHF? Yes, that's what I'm telling. I'm about to make a video on that. I'm having Ubuntu machine. How can I set up Kali on it? There is a Ubuntu version also available for the VirtualBox. You can try that and you can install the Kali in it. Sir, my laptop is working on iOS latest version M1. Yes, then you're gonna have to go for VMware. Computer hacking and forensics. So I have a question about bits. Can I ask? Please ask. These questions we have done. I guess I'm getting 50 more questions. I'm getting enable package lock. Yes, this, after passing the apt-get update and apt-get upgrade, I'm getting unable to acquire the dpkg front-end lock. Are you root? It is asking what should I do? See, in some of the cases, if you are not able to fire any command and if you are trying to update and upgrade your Kali, still you are not able to do it, your terminal is throwing any kind of, error to you, then that's the high time that you update your repository. So update repo Kali is what you have to write on Google, and then you're gonna have to visit this link and see it's there into the etc apt sources.list, and then you will be what you have to do, there is a file over there, you'll have to write this thing over there. Also, how to update your package and these kind of things, I also have a video on this, so I'm going to share you the resource. I'm pretty sure that some of you people are definitely going to receive these kind of errors in here. So I'm just gonna go here and I'm going to give you a video about how to update the repository of Kali Linux, and then you won't face any problem. In fact, I also have a video of how to just get a good internet connection speed inside your Kali Linux, because sometimes internet is super slow inside your Kali. So into the playlist, when you'll go on my channel, that is Saksham the Computer Guy, you'll go into the playlist, and inside the playlist you have a playlist named as Kali Linux. This is a very wonderful playlist, right?
When I was a student, so, I'd write long essays that I'd work on for days.
People are looking
but
into
now I'm writing short.
Okay, Grammarly. It's a very good music in here. Anyways. Good music. Try to listen it into the free time. So here you can see how to make Kali Linux 2018 full screen working and easy method. You can upgrade your Kali to the full screen, and if you will check out this, you have the next video coming up which says Kali Linux slow internet speed issue solved. People are still doing comments on it that hey, it's still working, and solving update error in Kali Linux, updating Kali Linux. So this is also you have right in here, and you also have the Kali Linux. You also have the installation of Mac version in here of the Kali Linux. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just share you this playlist into the chat section, and you can then sort out this update issue as well. I hope everybody must have received the playlist by now. Okay, so I have, sometimes back I have, okay. So also we are in a word with TryHackMe. TryHackMe is looking to give his premium machines for our students for free for our next course. So yes, next course is going to be super duper amazing, I believe. But anyways, still 2-3 months is like, I need 2-3 months more in order to prepare that course so that you can love the content of that too. And I believe in this course, the amount of content that you will find over the internet in any hacking course, we have all of that into this curriculum. So it is really a master course out there. Hacker 101 gives CTF. I prefer TryHackMe more on a beginner level. Okay, make video CTF, Vishnu, Dhaval, Hemlata, Dhaval Uma Mahesh Rao, please make. Rohit Sharma says make. So I am getting at least how many comments? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rohit, Ayush, Tushar, Asar, Shrikant, Faiz. Okay, a lot of comments right here to make a video on CTF. And if I don't get your comments into the comment section, I'm definitely going to ask you a question in that question in that video that I'm about to make on CTF on YouTube just for you people. So make sure you just reply me into the comment section so that I can see that every of my student have watched it. Okay, so also make a series on Linux. Yes, I'm looking to make a series on Linux really soon. How to get into root user? It is never a good idea to use a root user because root user has all the privileges, you can say. If you have all the privileges right there as a root user, then it gets very dangerous into the field of hacking, which is why Kali Linux is also not giving you the root user as by default. In earlier days, like about 2 years before from now, by default you used to get the root user in Kali Linux machine, but later on they realized that it's really very dangerous to give a root user, because root user has a lot of privileges out there, and when you do the hacking, then definitely a lot bad can happen. Okay, there is one more thing that I wanted to tell you. It just reminded me because a lot of my students got hacked at the time, uh, you know but they were hacked in between their groups only, so that wasn't a big issue. What happened is that, suppose like this is the Kali Linux, and if I go into the settings, this is a quick trick that you have to take care about. So what happens, like, their friends came up in between, and that guy was really smart, really, really smart. He said, hey, he was telling to one of the friend that, and it happened into my online batch only, into the group, like he texted him personally, and he was like, hey, bro, my Calnix got crashed. Can I get your VDI file? It will save my time and blah blah, etc., etc. He convinced them to give his VDI file. So what happens when you give Linux VDI file to your friend? So suppose if your email is logged in, if your data is there, if your sessions are there, then you might can lose a lot of things. And when you do the bug bounty full time, then you definitely open up your emails and these kind of small things at least into your Calendar sometimes. So all of that session will be gone to your friend. That happened in that case also. He got the access of his email and all everything. Though later on he reported him, and he taught him a lesson that you should never give this Linux.vdi to any of your friends. So make sure you keep that in your mind. Video on Assange was great. Yes, Anand, but I couldn't see your comment over there on that video. But anyways, thank you for appreciating me. I'll keep on making some custom videos to you. And if you feel like you have some more topics that I can make a video on, then feel free to text me on Instagram saying that I'm a student of CSM, and then I'll give you a priority definitely. Don't know why my Kali is hacked. Again, go to that playlist. In that playlist, you'll have a video saying that how to make Kali full screen and smooth. So yes, you can make your Kali Linux full screen like it's your primary operating system, and it won't, your cursor won't go like this in slow motion. Nothing like this will happen, right? So if you will just upgrade your Kali Linux and update your Kali Linux, and then when you'll see my video that how to make Kali Linux full screen, then your Kali Linux will also be working as a full-time thing over there. I tried to restart it multiple times, but it is getting hang. Okay, you'll have to install it again. Need for a long time. Resume. I watched live sessions in mobile and Kali in laptop so that it won't hang. I see. Install the grub bootloader to your primary device. Yes, yes, that's the grub bootloader that I was talking about. If you'll Brajan, B Rajan, I guess. If you will not, and this is a lesson for everyone too. The grub bootloader, if that is not loading up perfectly while installing it, then you'll definitely face a lot of issues out there. Let's take a quick break, sir. After answering the questions, I'm going to take a quick break. Only 25 questions are more. So let's see what do we have in here. So there was no way to sign up at Bugcrowd. How, Ganesh? There is a sign up form over there at Bugcrowd. Check it properly. Even shut down my Kali and VMware, but still it is getting my Kali and getting hanged. Okay. Try the full screen methodology, Ayush. What to do for this pop-up while installing the Kali? Which pop-up? Why 32-bit is x86 and why 64-bit is x? Because that is the version and that's how it is defined in defining the architecture. Because let's see if my Kali is running here. So I'll tell you. So I know this command for this in order to sort it out. Here it is. So right now, don't about the commands and these kind of things into the Kali Linux. We are going to take a complete course of what are the commands that we can fire. So Pratik, like your question was why 32-bit is x86 and 64-bit is 64. So you can see that's how it is written and defined into the architecture. You can see that Linux Kali 5. When you write uname a is for all. And I'm trying to know the username of my Kali Linux machine, which says Linux Kali and 5.7.x version is installed, SMP Debian 2027-1, that's the release date basically. And then the 86th version. So it is the architecture that is defined over there already. So that's how they represent it into your computers. Sir, network settings again, short word. Oh man, just mercy on me. I am already, 3 times I have repeated that. So again, I'm going to tell you one more time. Go to settings. Okay, I'll just show you. You guys really should keep your eyes open. Else, I'm not going to repeat one thing 4 times in a session. Else, we won't be able to complete this course. So make sure you keep your eyes open. So anyways, if this is your operating system, go to settings and then go to network. Here it was net. So make sure you change it to bridge. Select your wireless, advanced, allow all, click OK, it's done. And then check your IP address if it is coming right. Sir, I using my how do I install Kali Linux? You'll have Ketan, you will have to use the VMware. After network settings, when I put IP from CMD request is not processed, says internet command not found. Even I have faced that request. See, Puranjoy, if you are watching my session very carefully, then you will see that even I have got the same prompt, but very smartly, I was putting sudo before hitting these kind of commands. So, which is why, we were doing, which is why this error was ignored. Okay. So I'm unable to ping Kali IP from local where opposite is not reachable. Okay. You'll have to make both of them reachable. If your IP address is resolved by 108 or something like it should not be 10.0. something anywhere. So if that is resolved, you'll be able to reach out to each other. After passing A, I'm getting directories logged. So I told you the solution just now. You'll have to update your repositories and then it will be fixed. And I also have the video for that. That's why I gave you the playlist of that Kali Linux series. So make sure you check out that playlist for the solution. Ketan, I have already replied your question, I believe. I thought you said we are going on break. Even I was looking to go on a break, but I thought to sort all the questions before that, and then I can go onto the break. Okay, so as a sudo apt update. Okay, so people are helping each other out here. It's really good to see that. How to check update is complete, Sunil and Sumit. Update and upgrade, it gets 100% automatically once it is done. How is OSCP minimum PDF file 850? Yes, in order to get the preparation done for OSCP, that is why we are coming up with this CTF course. I believe one certification, the one attempt of this OSCP is costing you for like 1,30,000, and then you get 2 attempts in that. If you are not passed, then your 1,30,000 is drained away. So in order to invest such huge amount, you should first learn everything and then try to think about it. Okay, I guess I'm paying, so people are able to ping. Okay, where this? Thanks a lot. What is Hack the Box? Hack the Box is also a CTF machine. CTF challenge it is now. How much next course will cost? Everything will be out really soon. I cannot confirm you exact details right now, but maybe in upcoming weeks you'll be able to see that thing. I have an account on TryHackMe. TryHackMe is coming up as an official partner of ours. So IDeron is going huge definitely with such collaborations. Are we going to have a break? That's what I'm looking for. Make video. Yes, I'll make the video. Please start the topic. I'm looking to take a break. Start. I'm keen, interested. Yes, same here. We need to download Burpsuit. You don't need to download Burpsuit. It is already there into your Linux machine, already installed. Thanks. People are sorting each other out. That's really good. CTF course is free of cost. Okay, so I'm putting up a free tutorial series as well of CTF on my YouTube channel. So keep an eye on that. Difference between APT update and APT get update. Both of them works. There is no difference in that, Hari. Okay, so why we downloaded the latest version of Kali Portal? Why are we required to still do an update? See, into the latest ISO, it will come in like 3.7 GBs or something, and then you need a lot of new packages as well. For example, you need some, for example, you need some PHP packages, you need some SQL packages, you need the latest version of Python inside your Kali Linux machine. So if you won't have these latest versions of these programming languages, these latest version of programming languages come up when you update and upgrade everything. So with this upgrade, you get such things, and that will make the tool to run without any problem at all out there. So make sure you upgrade them, and that upgrade comes up with some extra space. And they keep on sending the upgrade, new upgrades. For example, like a new Python version is there, so it will send you the upgrade. They cannot put that inside the ISO already, which is why there is an option of there is an option to update. Breaks are, oh yes, even I am looking to get a break, but just 2 more questions and then I'm done, I believe. Burp is community version in Kali. Yes. 2.96 latest version. Yes. How often we should perform update and upgrade? I guess once in 2 months, I believe. 2 or 3 months, yes. While closing Linux, is it asking 3 options like save state, send, shutdown? No. First of all, shut down your Kali Linux exactly like you shut down your Windows and then close it. And once it is completely, shut it down, then close the window of VMware. Else, it will definitely get hindered, and it might can crash. Okay, seems like we are done with all the questions. I believe everybody is satisfied and have got the answers, all of them. Sometimes it gets hard to reply 150 or 200 questions at a time. But trust me, most of the times I know the errors you are about to ask, because this is happening with me from like last 5 years. I've been teaching information security from like last 5 years. In most of the times, I know the errors that you are about to ask, which is why I'm able to answer all the doubts of yours like Wikipedia, because it is getting repeated again and again. But anyways, let's take a quick break. I believe it's 4:55 right now. I'll see you back again exactly at 5:05. I believe 5 past 5 is good. Good to go. Like, is this a good time to meet back again? 5. Okay. 5:05. 5:10. No, we are not going to take 15-minute break. We are just going to take 10 minutes of break. That's enough, I believe. So let's meet at 5:05 p.m. again. Take a quick break. Just walk a bit, and just have some water and something like that. Have some candies. And yes, that's how you read. That's how you study. You cannot study straight away for like 5 to 6 years. That is never a good habit. Take a break, and I'll be back again. चाय सुट्टा मारो समीर सेज। सो यस, सुट्टा वाले सुट्टे मारो, बट यस हम लोग तो सुट्टा मारते नहीं है। बट एनीवेज, जो भी करना है करके आओ, 10 मिनट्स में अपना मूड फ्रेश करके आओ, एंड देन आई विल सी यू बैक अगेन। Okay, everybody. So I hope everyone is here again. So let's get started with the rest of the session. I hope everyone is here. I can see a lot of things happening into the chats. Okay. So is everyone here back again, or we shall wait for a while? If you're here, just quickly write I'm here into the chat section and we can then resume. Let's go. Okay, we can start. So now next up that I would like to cover, since I was about to cover Linux crash course today itself, and I have made a very good resource for you. But since a lot of people haven't yet updated and upgraded their Kali Linux, which is why I am not resuming this session of Linux fundamental right now. We are going to learn about the web pen testing fundamental right now. But you can see this is a very amazing presentation in which you'll understand everything from the shell, process, package, architecture, permission, networking, and then the history that how the Linux came up. It took me quite a while to, reveal this complete history, exactly the timeline from when the Linux is born. This is the type of exclusive content that I'm about to deliver tomorrow. So make sure you attend tomorrow's class. We'll be clearing up all of these, fundamentals and, a very good representation, you can say, starting right from the hardware to like how your kernel is interacting, how your shell is interacting, how the utilities are working, how the application are interacting with kernel. These are the core fundamentals. Even if you're not from hacking, then also you should know actually. In fact, this is a very basic thing that how your kernel is interacting with the a lot of application layers and a lot of devices out there, a lot of hardwares out there. These are the basic fundamentals that you need to know, that what exactly the kernel is, system library, utility programs, hardware, shell, and a lot of shell commands, and these kind of shell versus command prompt, and these kind of things that we are about to cover tomorrow. I was about to take this whole Linux architecture as well, about the file architecture and all, but it is going to be a super interesting session tomorrow, which I was about to deliver today. But since we are still, I'm going to wait for a day more so that you can complete your setup and make sure you do that tonight anyhow. Okay, let's now move on to the second module, which says core fundamental for web pen testing. Now, this is really an important one. I already made you understand that what exactly an IP address is. Now it's the time to cover up your fundamental related to what HTTP and what HTTPS is, and what are these different kind of things that are right here. So let's go ahead and let me just open up my PPT and the presentation in order to make you understand about the core fundamental for web pen testing. So let me just minimize it, or let me just close this presentation so that my laptop could take some air out there. I have to open up that PPT again. Give me a few seconds. I'm just opening up that, and then we are going to come up. All right, everybody. So your fundamentals are going to get cleared here into HTTPS fundamentals, and this will also give you an approach that how you can actually think like a hacker, which is really important. You need to understand that how to think like an hacker, right? So there is definitely a process in order to think like an hacker. So first of all, what happens is that when you write something, like suppose, let's take one thing at a time. Can anyone tell me in the chat that what is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS protocol? Just give me a quick response over the chat, and then we will, it will be good to know from your side that what exactly. So it says secure for HTTPS, security, secured, HTTPS is secured. S is referred for secure. Secure and unsecure. HTTP equals to encrypted. Yes, this is the answer that I love. This answer was, see, what happens in interviews is that you need to
hit a correct bullseye of the answers. Basically, everybody knows the answers these days, but when you'll be showing up into the interviews, they are looking to hear something technical, like this Vishnu has given a very good answer. He said HTTPS equals to encrypted. This is a good answer that I can think of. Why? Because it is little technical, and secondly, it is a bullseye, the exact thing. Because when you say that HTTPS is secured, what do you think? HTTPS can't be hacked if it is secured? Just give me a quick response. SSL certificate, yes, that is also a very good answer by Saurabh. These things, and yes, port 80 and 443, it can be hacked, right? Security is a myth. Yes, this is one of my favorite lines. Security is a myth. So basically, you cannot say that HTTPS is secured, but basically S here stands here to for securing it only. But you know what happens is that when you register a website on GoDaddy or somewhat like that, you go ahead and take your domain, which says www.xyz.com. But what happens that it is hosted somewhere into some of the hosting right there, but still you'll be able to see that your website is not showing up as the secure thing over there. For example, if we go ahead and open up this website, you can see it says connection is secure. But the moment you will open any website that is not secured, for example, look at this website of ineuron.ai, you have this lock right here, which says view site information. So this is being shown when you install the SSL certificate, or like this ineuron.ai, you can also see a very high level of SSL that is being configured by Facebook. Let's go ahead and open up the facebook.com and let's see what we have got. Okay, so I think I'm not able to see this SSL in here, but still, in earlier days, you were able to see some green screen right here, which say green icon, you can say right here, which says secure, right? So this secure is being done when you purchase your domain, you purchase your hosting, then you configure the SSL certificate as well. In most of the times, websites like Hostinger and these people are already doing your SSL certification configuration when you purchase the hosting and domain, but you can also configure it manually as well. So if you are installing SSL certificate, what happens in that case is that when we'll be taking the section of Wireshark, you will realize that your packets are basically taking your information from one place to another. But if you don't have HTTPS there, you don't have your information encrypted, then even if you will write the password onto your website, that will also go in a plain text inside the packet. I hope I'm making much sense to you, but this will all be clear when we'll be taking a complete session of Wireshark. So for now, if somebody asks you that what is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS, the exact technical answer that you need to give is, in HTTP, packets are not encrypted, while in HTTPS, all the information that is stored inside the packet is encrypted. Now that encryption, there are a lot of different kind of encryption available out there into the market, for which you will have to read a little bit about cryptography. Facebook doesn't like security. They do like security. There is nothing like that. So this is one thing that you need to know about. What is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS, right? I hope everybody is clear about this, HTTP and HTTPS. Just give me a quick response and then we'll move further with our next thing that is called as subdomain and domain name, right? Seems like everybody understood that what is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS. Now, next thing is subdomain and domain. There are two things, like ineuron.ai is domain, you can say, but you can also host multiple subdomains. Now, there is a difference between, like, suppose, for example, if I go into the course section, then you can see it says courses.ineuron.ai, which means it is a subdomain. I'll give you one more example. For example, if you write here as csm.ineuron.ai, this is again a subdomain. But suppose if I go on to ineuron.ai, and then if I go ahead and talk about it, learn now, again, this is taking me to different page. So suppose if I go ahead and click on this blockchain development course, this is also introduced recently by Telesco sir. Naveen sir is, also delivering a really good quality content along with Chris. Chris sir is legend already, we all know. But anyways, so what I wanted to tell you is that courses in courses.ineuron.ai / is right here, right? And then you have this full stack blockchain development. This is something that is written over here. So this is the subdomains page, you can say, right? So in subdomain, you see the first part. Instead of www, you see a different keyword by which you can host a complete new website, and you can put anything over there, right? So csm.ineuron.ai is a subdomain again. Courses.ineuron.ai is subdomain again. But if anything is written after the URL, after followed by the /, then it is a page. And this page is nothing more than a directory, you can say. For example, I'll just quickly show you. Like, suppose if I go into my computer, and right here, suppose if I go into this PC, and if I go into, like, let's say C drive, and then if I go into Intel, then you know what is happening right here. This looks like a stab because this is a very neat interface developed by Microsoft. But actually, when you'll click here into the blank section, then you'll see that we are inside the C folders Intel directory. Again, nothing is right here. So I would like to go into program files where I'll be able to see more folders right here. So if I go ahead inside this Dropbox thing, so now you'll be able to make much more sense. Now, what is written here? That it's the program files 86, and then inside the program files you have another folder which says Dropbox. So this link somewhat looks like, I'll open up the notepad. Okay, so this address looks somewhat like this, right? And if I open up this, and if you compare it with a simple link, then what same thing that you can understand by this. In this case, C drive is our hard drive, right? In this case, this is the C drive of a web server. Inside that web server, there must be a folder in which the files of full stack blockchain development must be hosted. So you see these /, this is nothing more than a directory that should look like inside a hosting, you can say. So this was a quick walkthrough towards the URL, domain and subdomain name, right? So if you have any doubt related to domain and subdomain, just feel free to tell me back again. Else we'll proceed further with the different things again. All right, please repeat once again. Okay, so the difference between domain and subdomain is ineuron.ai is a domain name, but courses.ineuron.ai, since the courses is right here, it's not ineuron.ai, which means it is a second part of a primary domain, you can say, that is a subdomain. So this courses.ineuron.ai is a subdomain, and you can say that this csm.ineuron.ai, this is again a subdomain, you can say. So this is subdomain. What we call only .ai or .com, .net, yeah, it doesn't matters if it is .com or .ai or .net, it doesn't matters. But what I'm trying to tell you here is that if you have the prefix, you can say before the domain, that is not www, or that is not just ineuron.ai. If you have any prefix or any word over there, then this is called as subdomain. And ineuron.ai is a domain. That is how many we create. See, if I talk about, as per my knowledge, I don't know the exact numbers about it, but I believe Hostinger is allowing you to host like 5 or I believe 8 subdomains. And GoDaddy is allowing you to create like 4 to 5 subdomains only. But if you are running on cloud and these kind of things, then limit can go to till endless. Because if you will understand this subdomain concept very carefully, then again I'm going to give you a very good resource just with the subdomain. We found that how the Harvard can be hacked. So again, I have uploaded the video of that as well. So I'm just going to give you that. You won't be able to understand much of that because your fundamentals are not clear, but you'll realize that how with the help of subdomain study as well, you can find the bugs in Harvard as well. Okay, so I'm simply going to write Harvard. Let's see if I'm going to get that video. Okay, yes. So I practically took over the complete subdomain of Harvard. You can see that this was the letter. You can see that in thumbnail, I believe. So this was the letter that I've received from the chief cybersecurity officer of Harvard University. So subdomain can also, can be taken over with the help of hacking. So make sure you keep those concepts really well. Though we are going to do a very detailed study about how I took over with the help of my student, of course, but how I took over the subdomain of Harvard, you can say. Consider the primary domain as primary folder, and inside the primary folder, the subfolder is called a subdomain. No, Rukesh, this is not the right concept because that is called as link. Suppose this is a folder. Inside this, you have another folder. This is a link into the subdomain. It's totally a new hosting and new web space, and totally everything is new. Everything is allocated in a totally new way. We can say that ineuron is the mother of courses.ineuron.ai is child. Yes, definitely. That's the right concept, Asad. What are the advantages of subdomain? Yes, there are a lot of advantages of subdomain. Sometimes big companies like Google and these people, they come up with a lot of subdomains actually so that they can host some extra, or maybe you can say temporary services, or sometimes you need to make some temporary forms and these kind of things live over the public, you can say, which is why you host the subdomain according to your need. And will cost increase according to number of subdomains of your own website? No, the cost will not increase. With a parent domain, you can create a lot of subdomains as well. Can you teach us how to stay completely anonymous? Yes, definitely. I'm going to teach you that later on. Okay, seems like everyone has understood what is the difference between subdomain and domain. That's great. Let's talk about the path and these kind of URL and these kind of things. So let's try to understand this concept in a single flow, since we only have half an hour left for this course, so that you can, this will look like a story to you if you will take it very seriously. So let's try to understand these concepts as a story, right? So what happens in a story is that, suppose you are a user. The user is there and he is putting something inside his browser, like in the URL box. Suppose he has written www.xyz.com in his URL. What happens after that? Then the request is sent from your browser, right? The request is sent from your browser to the server, you can say. And then that request is converted into a response of a server, the main server, you can say, right? So first of all, you did some kind of request in here, and okay, I just selected the pan for a better demonstration, but okay. So suppose you requested something. I believe this won't work this way. It is hindering my ability. Okay. So suppose you have requested over the server the server, realized that this is a good request, or maybe this is a legit request, or this request is under the functions that are already defined. For example, it is not at all any kind of malicious request. The user is not requesting anything false. That request is being done from the user. If everything is fine, if your connection packet lost, nothing is there, then you will get the response from the server. So basically, server is the main thing right there, right? If the server will accept the flaw will be reflected. The main authorization is given by the server. So you request something and you get the response. But when you request a lot of things like URL plus verb, so there are a lot of verbs. Can anybody tell me in comment section, like URL? We already understood what exactly the URL is. Okay. First of all, let's take a quick more study of a URL. I can say, because a hacker is somewhat like this, only from my experience, that whenever he look into that in any kind of website, just by clicking on few links, he'll be able to figure out that how to make the way out of finding bug from this website. Because in this age of mine, when I've taken a lot of experience, like I'm doing this from like last 5 to 6 years. This is the 6th year going on in my life of cybersecurity. So I just see the websites and I understand their architecture, and then I know my mind pops up that, hey, I can hack you with this attack or that attack, right? So this happens when you understand your logic pin, and in order to do that, I see the architecture of URL. So let's go ahead and understand the architecture. Let me just zoom it in a little bit, so that you can just focus on to the good part. Okay, so what happens is that suppose this is the HTTP, or you can say the https://, and then you have www.xyz.com. that is going to be your domain. There are a lot of things into the URL that are there, but they are hidden. You are not able to see them. For example, always there is a port number defined. When you do that locally over your local host, you see the 8080 port number, where you host a lot of your local files while developing any website, and to your any kind of server that you're hosting over your machines, you can say, whether it is Node.js server, or maybe if it is the SQL or MyPHP or MySQL server, or these kind of servers. So you see the 8080 port over there. Everybody is hosting a lot of things over the 8080 port. So there is always a port that is responsible where this domain is being configured. And then, like I told you a few minutes back, that you always have the path, right? And like with the /, you suppose, for example, like if I go ahead on Google and let's say I hit a query, right? So let me go ahead on Google to hit a query. Just give me a second. Okay. So if I go on Google, right? 8080 Jenkins port, 80 Apache port. Yes, that's pretty much right. We are going to read about all the ports later on, but not today, but yes, later on. So suppose if Johnny Depp is what if I search, and oh, I should have searched Amber Heard or Johnny Depp. I think I'm gonna go with the Johnny Depp. So what happens when I search Johnny Depp on Google, right? When you look here very carefully, I'm just going to copy this so that we can investigate over the URL. So suppose if I write this over here, this is the complete URL that was generated by Google when I was hitting my query as a Johnny Depp. So what Google says, first of all, HTTPS protocol, good enough. We are done with that. Google.com, that's okay. Then we are searching for a query. So you have a question mark. What kind of verbs are there when you go with, what kind of requests are there when you see this question mark? Just give me a quick response. Just give me a quick response. Get, search, query. What kind of request? I meant the method, the verbs. Query parameter. No, query parameter is, this one is the query parameter. I'm just talking about this question mark. Post, Boolean, get, searching, get API, get, post. Okay, seems like people are still confused about the get and post request, which is why I'm getting a lot of mixed answers in here. SQL query, get method, a lot of people are writing post as well. See, get. Okay. So I believe this is a get request from my point of view. Post will not be in URL. I see. That is written there into the books. Into the hacking, the methodology is completely changed. Whatever is written in the book, that is completely a very different thing. Anyways, so it is asking for a request. Basically, it is looking to get the result. When there is a post, for example, you go on to the facebook.com, you post a new picture over there, and you make some changes to the database, right? A new image is uploaded, it is posted inside the database, and then the changes are happening. That is called as post request. But this could be called as get request because we are getting the results from database, right? Now what Google must have done, Google must have searched all of his databases and all of the crawling he must have been doing on internet, you can say. And then you can see that he has searched for a question that is Johnny Depp. I hope till here everybody must have understood that what exactly must be happening in this URL. Okay, we have got one questions also. When you give uname and password in post method, yes, we do that, but that is again, if that is encrypted, it's safe. If that is not encrypted, then it can, then if you don't have HTTPS, then it is sent over there into a plain text, which is a disaster again. Post is insecure. See, nothing is secure in front of me. That's what I believe, because always there is a flaw, and I have found a lot of different kind of flaws, which is why I'm so much confident about this. So manipulation can be done in both the ways, into the post as well and into the get request as well. So right here, it is searching for the Johnny Depp, and then this is something that the Google is known for, because it is asking these kind of things over its databases, you can say, and the crawling that he has been doing on to the internet, you can say, which is definitely encrypted here, right? So you won't be able to understand that what is happening in here, but this is the encryption that Google is using. See, everybody is doing security, but they don't boast about it much. They are definitely working on securities. Big companies are always working on securities, even if they have to take care. When you have like more than 100 employees, and if you know how to do the endpoint security setup, firewall setup, and these kind of things, then you can get full-time job anywhere. Yes, it's the gibberish, that is right. So I hope all the concept related to the URL is also clear to you all. It is just getting the search results over there. Okay, so let's try to make this story again. I'll be making this story twice or thrice or maybe in 4 times. I'll be able to complete this because that's how this presentation was made actually. Okay, again, a quick refresh. Here I go. HTTPS, written something on my browser, and then the request is sent to browser, sent to server, you can say. And then you get the response again. And then you didn't realize that you're with this request, you're just not sending the request. You're also sending the URL that you're typing over there, or that the company has defined. Like I just showed you a quick URL case of Google, you can say. And then you have the verbs over there. And there are different kind of verbs that you need to understand. So again, the story is incomplete. First of all, let's read about verbs. And then later on, we are going to read about the responses. All right. So let's go ahead and read about the verbs. The first one is get. What do you think the get is? We recently had a discussion about the get request and the post request. Tell me any one difference between get request and post request. Go ahead and give me a quick reply. One difference between get and post request. Why I'm doing this? With the help of this quick questionnaire, if you are participating in this, you're already getting interview ready, or you can say the job ready, which is why I keep on questioning a lot with you people, because If you will reply, you'll understand, then there is no best learning that you can take apart from that. Anyways, let's see the responses. Body parameters, yes, you can say that. Yes, that is the major difference, you can say, Pratham. That's the right one. Get has no body. Post, we have something in the body. Yes, that's also a very good difference, Venkat. And get is more modern. No. Get and post came up at the same time only, but there is nothing about getting modern with get. Get is to get the data, and post is to create the data. You can say that, right? But I would prefer these two answers more. That is, get has no body. Post, we have something in the body, or the body parameter. Basically, Venkata has explained the point of Pratham very beautifully here. Okay, get, when we basically view web page. See, what I'm trying to do is that I'm asking your questions and you are giving them replies. I'm reading them all and I'm telling you which one is right. That's how you, get the interview ready. Okay, so get, when we basically view web page. No, that is not the right answer. Like I told you, the answer should be technical and bullseye in the less words. That's what everybody wants to hear. Okay, so through post, we can hide input details. No. This is a bookish language, Akshay. There are a lot of better answer that you can take, that you can give if you will be able to deal with them practically. Get is used for Google queries, post for filling out a login form. You can say that, but this is not a difference, Rohit. This is a use case. If I would have asked, tell me one use case of get and tell me one use case of post, then this would be the right answer. Post is form submission, gets in the query parameter. Yes, you can say that. Get is for fetch the data from DB. Post is for appending data to database. Yes. Gilbish has given a very good answer, and this is also one of the answers that I would love to hear. That get is for fetching the database, fetching the data from database, and post is for appending the data to database. When we put Q and internet finds answer, it's get. Get is used to get something from server, while post is used to send something in encrypted form. Yes, that's also right. But how can you take the guarantee of encrypted format? Well, get is for get OP and post is for send. Yes, you can say. Get is used to only get the data from the server, while post will be used to send some body data. Okay, I just miscalled it. Get for getting the data from data, post is false, and get request password are visible in URL bar, but not same in case of post. Yes, that I can say that as well. Because get is retrieve the data from the server, post it. Yes, you can say that. But like I highlighted some of the answers, they were the very good answers, and they were little technical as well. Get used to show the information from database, post used to modify DB. Yes, you can say that. Get is used for viewing something. Get is send, post send, egg send. This is a way more technical answer, but I believe this much of technical answer won't fit right in this case, because this Cincinnati two-way handshake, three-way handshake, this is what we are going to read into the upcoming time into the packets. But this is a little off from the post and get request. Get is used for viewing something without changing it, while post is used for changing something. Yes, you can say that. Rest of the answer, I'm feeling like they are same. Now I'm just going to hunt for the technical answers. Get carries request parameter appended in URL string, while post carries request parameter in message body. Now Rohit Kumar has also given a very good technical answer. You can keep an eye on this answer. Okay, so Smith says get basically searching and request data, and post is feeding data or providing data. So you can say that, but there could be a better answer. Get carry data via URL, post carries via request body. Get carries data via URL. No, get doesn't carries the data via URL because in some time you will see that what exactly is going under the request and these kind of things. So yes, this is the law. Get is used to gain information from DB, and post is used to update something to DB. Yes, you can also see that. So that's really good to hear. A lot of good answers. But yes, I've reflected some of the answers that I've loved. That could be the major difference between get and post. If we talk about, I already told you the use case, I believe, about updating the photo or the Facebook changes came up into the databases, new data is being inserted into appended into the database, so which is why that is called as the post request. Get is for getting the queries done only. Narendra says get queries only, query post queries data. Yes, you can say that. Now you have two more interesting requests. Get and post is taught quite a lot into your colleges, right? So I'm going to take a lot of your colleges concept upside down, because I'm pretty sure you are just reading into your college that, hey, a lot of packets are making connections, but what is inside the packet? Why are they making connection? We are going to talk about that, because you won't be able to find that in your books, you can say. And also, I would like to, okay, I've got a lot of answers, right? But again, I would like to get a quick one-liner for put and head. So what do you want to say about put and head verbs? Put is to update that data. No idea. Put and head, quickly reply. I was getting a lot of reply from the usual requests, right? The get and the post one, but why not the put and head? Is there someone who knows this? Put and head request. Put is to update. Yes, that is pretty much right, Soil. Suyash, that is pretty much right. Put, and what about the head request? What goes up in head request? Head is for headers. Yes, head is for headers. But what is carried inside that headers? Can you please tell me? Head is almost identical to get. Head is almost, no, not at all. Not at all. But without the response body. No, Rukesh. This is not the right answer. Server does not respond uh, with body. Yes, this is one of the functionality, but this is not the right answer for sure. Content type, cookies, headers have access tokens in some cases. Head is to check the API is working or not. Yes, that is also right. Head is for cookies. No, head is not for cookies. Head is for browser info. Yes, browser info is also stored in head. Content type, cookies, token. Okay, shall I show you a quick example? Have you guys ever seen these kind of requests in a practical way? This head put, now you know that put request is there for, like, you've never seen any kind of these requests in live in I mean live happening in front of your eyes. Okay, let me just show you a quick practical. I'm pretty sure you'll love that, and you'll be witnessing these kind of things physically live into your life for the first time ever. I guess I can show that to you in here as well, if that is going to work. I guess I'll have to do the configurations. I'm not sure if I have done the configuration into this fresh PC. Give me a second. I'm trying to open up the Burp Suite for you people. If it is configured into my Firefox. Sir, make a video on get and post and put on your YouTube. This is a very common topic to make a video, I believe. I like the concept for what is CTF. I'll wait for your comments. I need at least 30 to 40 comments, else I'll not take any request at all in order to make a custom video or on-demand video for you all on my YouTube channel. Just give me a second. I'm again looking to find my Burp Suite files. there you will be able to see them live, which is why I'm finding that. Okay, no, it's Webboot, but I guess this should work. Let me see if this is going to work. I think I should have the Burp Suite into my primary system as well, because I cannot live without Burp Suite if it's bug bounty, you know. Let's see if it is running. Jar file is here. Still trying to run my Burp Suite. I can see the wink of Burp Suite. It's just loading up. Your GRE appears to be from the older version. Okay, that's okay. Just open it up. Partial updation is patch. Guys, please watch video and comment also after uploading video, which is requested by us. Yes, thank you, Vishnu, for promoting whatever I was trying to say. Yes, the class, I'm just looking to show you the demonstration. Otherwise, I'm just going to show you the practical approach, and tomorrow I can show you the demonstration. I'm just waiting for my Burp Suite to open up, but since it is not opening up, so tomorrow I'll just show you these requests live, right? You'll be able to see the put request exactly over there into the put, into the head request. You will see a lot, because in some of the cases what happens, head requests are what you see the tab in there and tab there in your websites. For example, in this case, you see you get the information of this head request from this head in here, right? This is the head in here that is sharing a lot of your information. For example, you are using which browser, you are using which operating system, what version of operating system, and sometimes you see the websites, or they by default just check it that you are using which operating system, and according to that they just optimize your websites. And how does the server gets to know that if it is a mobile device or if it is a PC device? It gets to know by passing it the header request. So the header requests are different into mobile phones browser and into this into this you say your personal computer's browser. So these are the head requests in which they try to see that what are the information that are here. And of course this text is also stored over there into the head only. That is the title, Cybersecurity Masters Saksham Chaudhary, that is written over here. What I do sometimes is that by going into the Burp Suite, this is a very quick neat trick that I'm telling you. Sometimes I inject SQLs, and sometimes I try to inject some malicious PHP code too, right? So basically, if you are, and sometimes I execute XSS attack too by just renaming my title. I just put the XSS script over there, and these kind of malicious scripts is what I put over there. So tomorrow I'm going to take a complete session on Burp Suite as well. So make sure we'll be asking less doubts tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll be reading more. Tomorrow we have to complete the we have to complete the whole Linux fundamentals as well, and the Burp Suite module as well. Into the Burp Suite, I'll tell you that what kind of requests and these kind of requests are visible. So in there you see the get requests, and these are one thing more that you need to learn practically is I believe it's here. Okay, status codes, right? That is also very important. And then we are going to sum up today on time only, don't worry. But please look at here on a very good concentration. You get a lot of status codes, right? 1xx is informational. 200 OK is what you will see inside the request sometimes. That is passed, these status codes are, first of all, they are passed by the servers only, right? Server is looking to give some information only, then he'll pass one XX informational request. Now X here stands for any number. It could be any number at all. For example, for successful, you usually see 200 OK requests, but 2XX here denotes that it could be 200, starting from 201 to 299, it could be anything, right? So these are the 4 kind of status codes. Third one is redirection. So sometimes you go ahead and you open up Amazon.com and certainly you see that, hey, it's Amazon.in. How come that is happening? Because the server is giving the redirection in this case. Whenever there is a redirection, for example, in the case of OTP as well, if you if you put the right OTP, then it is redirected to some other third-party platform from which they are using their OTP services. In that cases also you see the redirection request. And then there is a client-side error. For example, if your internet is not working, then you see this quite a lot, that 404 error, right? So that means your internet is not working, which means it is a flaw from the side of client. Client is who? It's just we, the user who is using, right? So the user is treated as a client in here. So client, if there is something wrong from the side of client, then you get some 404 and these kind of requests. And if there are some issues into your okay, so if there are some issues from the server side, then you can say we use the 5xx one, right? If the bandwidth limit is reached and these kind of things are reached, then they pass the 5xx server errors, right? So these are the different requests that you need to know that the server is passing through. Now, this might look like to you like a very simple map, but it might seem to you like a very complicated one, right? Now you know that server and URL is passing so many things than you can imagine. But if I want to ask you as a hacker that where would you like to attack now? Into the request or into the response? This is the first step of becoming a hacker, to think like a hacker, right? So let's see if I'm able to make you think like a hacker. I'm looking to get the responses. I'm going to repeat my question again. Where would you like to attack as a hacker? Request or response? Okay, getting the mixed answers. Request, response, request, response. Yes. Both. In response, request. Okay, still giving you some time, and then everybody will realize about what they have done. Attack on request to manipulate response. Yes, this is a very good answer that I was actually looking for. While sending request, we can intercept in verb suit. Request to make server full and response to make client full by MIDF. Now, Peter has given the best answer till now. Okay, so people who are saying response, basically, you don't go ahead and attack on response. Basically, we are looking to get some data from server, right? If we are looking to get some data from server, we need to make this server full, right? Like it was suggested into the chat as well. If the server is full successfully, then you will get the response that you shouldn't get. So whenever people say that what actually the hacking is, that's what I tell people. This is what the actual hacking is. You know, hacking into somebody's phone, Facebook. These are very easy things over. This is the actual cybersecurity, right? So you go ahead and you just put some attack in between the request, right? In between the pathway of request, and then you added some of the information, and then even after editing some of the information, it is being accepted by server, and then the server is giving the output that he shouldn't. In this way, a lot of SQL injection attacks are being executed. A lot of server and the database and a lot of client-side attacks are being introduced, and they practically scrape the data, or you can say they practically scrape the whole database by making server fail, right? So this is the work of hacker. If you really want to become a hacker, then I accept the fact that some of the people also hit onto the response section as well, like it was suggested as into the MITM, that is man in the middle attack. But in that case, that will be like script kiddie thing, right? You're just intercepting in between, and that is not going to make much sense. But the bigger part is, if you are trying to make phone to server, then you are successfully thinking like a hacker. So if you are the one who has answered requests, then you are definitely on the path of thinking like an hacker after today's session. If you really liked my session, make sure you just give me a feedback, and just not the feedback. I'm looking to get the different terminal designs into the Instagram stories. So make sure you modify your terminal according to your theme. For example, you can change the background to white, or maybe black, or green, or a hacker feel, or anything like that. So just customize your terminal and put that into your Instagram stories, and I'll be on the way in order to make what exactly the CTF is, and you can expect that video by tomorrow. So it will be a good thing for you as well. So definitely that's it for today's class. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask. Okay, so notes, Lakawat, what kind of notes are you looking to get? Because I'm already providing you the PPTs and the recorded classes. So what are the other notes that we are looking to get in here? Okay, so can we find bugs using Burp community? Yes, you can definitely find it. Do all hackers use Kali Linux? I believe most of them, yes, they do use it. Can we find port on which website heads? Yes, we can find the ports as well. Head explain please again. Head into the head. This is the part of head request where you see the text and the information about the browser, operating system, and these kind of things. You'll be able to see the post, get, and into the real life tomorrow. So don't worry about it. Any prerequisites from tomorrow? The only prerequisite that I'm trying to tell you people is that make sure you update and upgrade your Kali Linux and customize your terminal. Okay. PPTs and PDFs. Yeah, I mean, these PPTs will be uploaded into the resources, don't worry. Okay, so where can we get the PPT? I guess just give me a quick response. I believe they must have uploaded the PPTs into the resource section, into your dashboard of iNeuron, I believe. So you can just log in and see the recording and this resources as well. So it takes some time for us to upload the recording. I believe the last time it was uploaded into the dashboard the next day. Today's session that I have delivered just now will be uploaded by night or by early morning tomorrow. Can't find the PPT in my dashboard. Okay, I'll just remind them again. I'll remind my team again. If they haven't uploaded any kind of PPT over there into the dashboard, then I'll just tell them to upload them and have a look at it once again. Thank you for informing me about it. Where can we get the PPT? I just told you into the resource section. Any prerequisite for tomorrow? Yes, just don't come without updating and upgrading. That's it. Today's overview: IP, MAC, IPv4v6, subnet, mask, get, put, post, head, status code, subdomain. And the most important overview of today I've taught you that how you can think like an hacker, which is really very, very important. Okay, I'll ask my team to upload the PPTs. Whom to contact for assistance after class? You can contact Mukesh. I gave you the live of Skype of Mukesh into the starting of the session. Make sure you hear my questions again, because sometimes I get the same question 4 or 5 times. Are we done with the material today? Yes. Sir, WhatsApp group, I tried, but you can try shooting an email on contact@ineuron.ai. Just tell them that you want this. This is the suggestion that you are looking to go ahead with. So yes, if they'll allow me to create a WhatsApp group, I'll be happily creating it. Suggest some books from Bug Bounty. There is a book named as Web Cookbook. So yes, that's a good one out there. We didn't get through API working, trace, path, connect, and options. Yes, we didn't get through that. We will be completing them tomorrow. I love the energy on this course. Thank you very much. If you'll keep on replying and texting me back to back into the chat section like this, I'll be super pumped up all the time. I'm able to ping from Windows machine to Kali Linux, not vice versa. Hooray! Okay, Art of Deception is a good book. Yes, Art of Deception is a good book as well. And thank you for giving more repeated answers for repeated question. That's okay. Do you like Mr. Robot? Yes, Mr. Robot series is, you know, what is the beauty about the series, this Netflix series named as Mr. Robot? All the attacks that are executed in that series are the real life attacks. They are pretty much possible into the real life hacking as well. That's why they have shown, you know, they have shown the Kali Linux, they have shown the Metasploit attacks, they have shown the Nmap and Bioshock and these kind of tools in their seasons. So Mr. Robot is a very realistic season for hacking, and they are actually showing the actual scenario that is going on in America, like, you know, how the companies are getting attacked and how they are saving them. So the situation is huge and very critical in USA, and which is what I believe, you know, this day will come in India as well, which is why we are all are getting prepared for that. Best movies and series for hacking. I told you, just complete Mr. Robot. That's the next level. Some more content on verbs. Yes, definitely. We are going to bring that up tomorrow. Why prefer Kali Linux over others? Because the most number of tools and the community is big. You know, it doesn't depend that how many options are there. The first thing is that you need to take care about the community. The community support is very important. Suppose like if it is Parrot OS, and why I hate Parrot OS, because you don't get the solutions of that on the internet. So which is why you get stuck while using Parrot OS. Why Kali Linux is the most famous operating system. So you get the support very easily. You get the answers on internet very easily, which is why I prefer using Kali Linux. People who are able to ping from host to VM, but not vice versa. Windows firewall is blocking all ping requests. Thank you for a quick response, Saurabh. You are awesome, sir, and will be waiting for your real-time practical things. Yes, just few more weeks. It is a very big 3-month course. So yes, we have a lot of attacks to cover, and even I am excited to do some real life attacks in here. But yes, if I'll not make your fundamentals, then you'll feel like you're not able to understand anything. So which is why I just keep patience, just few more weeks, and then we are going to start some rigorous attacks that you'll love. Can you teach us Google Docs? Yes, definitely. I can teach you Google Doc. That is super easy out there. Are there meetups where cybersecurity enthusiasts come together? If we'll have a bigger community, we'll have one cybersecurity meetup at Ineron itself. Thanks. Looking for real life attacks. Kali Linux is an open source. Windows is license OS, and there is much more chance of attack on license. How can we trust Kali? Yeah, Kali Linux is an open source OS, and Windows is license OS. There is much more chance of attack OS. No. There are still a lot of attacks happening up on Windows every time. You know, in this course as well, we have introduced the attacks on Windows 10 and 11. So there are, you know, a lot of attacks happening up. You have much more excellent knowledge. Thank you so much for appreciating my knowledge. I'll never stop giving your answers. That's what I try to do. There were more Q&A than the actual material. I'm hoping there is an adjustment so we can get most out of this course, encourage the folks to use Google. It is a learning tool, yes, definitely. Hackathon for cyber, hackathon, yes. This is a good thing, but definitely we are going to think about it. Let's see how it goes. Any cybersecurity hackathon at Ineron? I think I'll have to take a picture of it and I'll have to send it to higher authorities so that I can tell them. I'm planning to switch currently, working in blue team. Any advice? Red team is an offensive team. So that's what we are going to learn in here. So yes, you can switch on to red team. Red team is much more happening. Blue team is more on a development part, and it is little boring as compared. I mean, if you love to play with some offensive attacks, then yes, it's much more happening. As a fresh cybersecurity, what exact work in a company? You can become a cybersecurity analyst, and then you do the research part first of all, and then you proceed further. That's what the work of cybersecurity analyst is. Anytime, Asar. I've been, you're my Asar. I guess you are my student from like last 3-4 years, I believe. So yes, I'm really happy to see you back here again. In order to save some Q&A, community heads are the solution. Please make community available as yes, we are trying to make this community Q&A available as soon as possible. Blockchain course, same timing as our course. Would they change the course? I have no clue about that. Log monitoring, yes, we are going to do the log monitoring as well. Yes, sir. After this course, one hackathon. We want a hackathon. What is the future of cybersecurity? We are definitely going to think about it, but it will take quite a while. So yes. What is the future for cybersecurity? That's what we are talking about in all of this session. Just have a look at the Mr. Robot series. Whatever is going on in America, I'm pretty sure that will happen in India soon. All right, so that's it for today. Last 2 questions. What are the entry level for red team jobs? Synic is a very big organization that is always taking a lot of red team people. So yeah, you can try them. Please make video on CTF on your YouTube channel. Yes, I'll make the CTF video on my YouTube channel. Definitely. There are more Q&A instead of real contents. Hope those will be taken care in future so that we can have quality classes. Definitely. But I'm just clearing up everyone's doubt. If I'll be able to clear up, see, even I know that the content is that I'm delivering is about the fundamental and theoretical for like 2-3 sessions, which is why I'm building your fundamental and I'm deploying all of your questions. The reason behind that is you are curious right now. Something new is popping up in front of you, which is what is making you curious, right? If I'll be solving all of your doubts, if I'll be solving all of your queries in Q&A for like 3 weeks at least, I'm pretty sure you'll get used to Google as well. And you won't ask much of the things once your fundamentals are all cleared up. So which is why I'm answering all the questions again and again, though there are some people who are definitely not at all beginner and they won't be liking this thing much. But yes, we are treating everyone from scratch. So into the upcoming class, yes, that is going to be much more happy. Waiting for YT video, definitely. All right, so that's it for today. And yes, we are also bringing a CTF free crash course and a lot of content that I'm trying to build into my new studio. I've recently, moved to a new studio and it's really good, but I'm setting up everything from all scratch. But I'm preparing a lot of content for our community, a free content along with this premium content. So yes, a lot of things are coming up, but that's it for today. I hope you have enjoyed the class. I look forward to see all your Instagram stories with your modified terminals. In hacking, terminal should be good. Terminal should be good, right? So make sure you added that. And that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Thank you everyone for joining.